who knows? These are some very weird matchups. I mean, this is exactly what we expect, seeing OG against basically any team.
Yep, that's true.
Like, look at this lane. Wisp, Oracle. Come on. What is this?
And they are going to be able to get the range hero against this double range matchup, but I have to think that it's still going to be difficult. Everybody wants to pressure a Phoenix level 1 because, of course, he's going to go for Fire Spirits. And as soon as that's on cooldown,
you block off. That actually would have been really sick. That would be first blood.
I wonder how many bracers Topson's going to get in this matchup. Because I have to imagine, like, he gets 1 or 2 bracers, he just dominates this. Misha staying alive with a healing style thanks to some nice micro with that Centaur stun.
No roll up yet.
He's going to roll into him now, but a bit too late to get the kill. I'm sure Soxa's just happy to be able to get a lot of damage in. Saberlight finally gets caught back over.
Okay.
Wow, he really did kill him. I was a bit surprised he was able to pull out that kind of damage, but it did cost him his life as he had to dive deep underneath the tier 1 tower at some point.
See, I guess my question is, like, who hits the towers on OG, though? If they do ball up around the Tide, like, how can they really quickly take towers?
Can they get the block? They do. Nicely done.
He just walks into them.
Yeah, and thanks to the Morbid Mask, man, you live for so long. If you can get off one more, it'd be nice to see, but no.
I was about to say I really like this play from Era, just cutting the wave, not having to deal with the Tidehunter, but
yeah,
obviously in a little bit of trouble now. Ooh, nice little juke there.
They don't have the best cores to be able to sit in lane against the Tide, right?
No,
so,
they don't.
Era, he'll probably go down here. There's no way he can juke it out one more time, right? Don't think so. Topson got a lot of heroes surrounding him right now in that mid lane, but that's the beautiful thing about Tidehunter. He can usually ignore quite a bit of it. Misha does end up going down thanks to the help of No Tail with those heavy nukes. That is something. Enchantress, I always hate playing the matchup against Oracle because you put so much magic damage out there and you're such a frail creature to just raw nukes.
It's true. You need a couple of bracers. At the very least, a range drop to deal with it.
Looks like Saberlight used his Supernova just recently. Saberlight goes back into Topson here and takes a big swing for the Anchor Smash and dies to the Gush follow-up. They do manage to get the kill on the supports here, but it's costing them quite a bit. They really need the secondary kill on Soxa, but Supreme can't block it in. He's going to have to pursue underneath the tier 1, gets the kill. And this is the downside of Tidehunter. As these mobile heroes just kind of chase around him, he can't really help out too much, and now he's going to be surrounded by everybody. Does manage to get off an Anchor Smash, and that'll help keep him alive, especially with Relocate of midone coming in. Trying to slow down Era. A Gush slows him down even further. He still has a Fissure, though. He's going to bait him in a bit to the tier 1 tower. Double chains from Supreme will keep them at bay.
Care.
No. It's like a Timbersaw, you know, where you've got this peak of strength, and you want the enemy to try and fight you.
If they can kill this Catapult, though, I think they're perfectly fine here without the DD.
Nice block in there on No Tail, and it looks like OG
almost got it off.
A little bit too far for themselves. That's in part because they were fighting a bottom lane where Saberlight did die to mid one. They were too far away. They've got to just full out retreat from this area. I'm surprised they're still here, man. Fortunately, Charlie, Arrow was in position to be able to break that smoke and even got hit by the stun from Soxa. So Charlie was able to get off his ultimate and get away. But still, that's a shapeshift down, and OG, you know they're going to make something happen with this. And if they'd gotten a double damage, it would have been the easiest Roshan ever. Since they didn't, and it was given to an Ember Spirit, this is going to be significantly more difficult. And that's why OG, they're not going to let Ninjas the Pajamas just walk into the pit. They're going to try and take the fight straight to Nip. They're going to be able to catch Misha to start this fight, but it's just supports for now. Saberlight, he'd be a big kill, but he doesn't even get to pop the Supernova in time. Supreme jumps away to his Remnant, but OG just keeps on trucking. The extra movement speed on Topson.
This is some new technology here.
Yeah, pretty much you're theory crafting, like, what can you do with a carry Tidehunter? And it's like the biggest downside is mobility, right? Being able to stick on top of heroes. He just charges right in. And
Are you serious?
Fissure's just gone, just like that. A Fissure wall that kind of goes wrong for Ninjas the Pajamas. They do manage to get off the Supernova as well as the Echo Slam. It looks like the Supernova's going to die, as will Era. Supreme is just left to try and pump out the rest of the damage by himself because he doesn't have a Lycan here with Shapeshift. He gets pulled back from the vacuum into No Tail's Fortune's End. And it's got it up now, though. So No Tail, he can play forward like he was doing before because the Ravage is there to assist Era. You can see half his health is gone from one Anchor Smash. If he gets another one, Era's just going to die, and he's get caught up by the rest of OG. So does Misha. Once again, the two supports of Ninjas in Pajamas, they do die, but this is still OG kind of 5-manning and taking over the map.
Can die basically doing this one time before, and they continue being so aggressive. Like, I think they have to keep the aggression up here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because eventually December Spirit gets a bit too big and starts killing a lot of your backline heroes, right? And this is where the Lycan coming into play, goes into the back, tries to go for No Tail. They actually tried to hit the Meteor Hammer combo with the Supernova, but it wasn't good enough, and the Ravage actually clipped Supreme. He didn't dodge it with a slight or a jump to his remnant or anything. So that was just an easy kill for Tidehunter to be able to grab, and they didn't have buyback. So now OG, with their aggression, this second time around, it works for them. They use the Ravage effectively, and
the way that they lost that fight before was by losing the Oracle, and by holding the Ravage, they can't lose the Oracle.
Yep.
So, you win the fight, take Rax. Almost.
Now, can they actually finish off this melee Rax? It looks like OG feels like it's not worth a try while Ravage is on cooldown.
Yeah, now it's
But if somebody treads a little bit too far forward, like perhaps Supreme and the rest of his team does, Topson just rolls up once again, makes Enchantress the target again and again. Supreme using his legs to try and get out. What an Echo Slam from Era as he jumps in, but everybody heals up. The mech comes out, the heals from the Oracle, and it looks like everybody is perfectly fine except for maybe No Tail, who's still kind of being run down by the Necronomicon units. He does eventually die, but it doesn't really matter. You won the fight, and you're still ready to go for these.
with a Tidehunter, he becomes basically unkillable.
Yeah, you take a large percentage of the damage away, and then you take just straight up raw damage out. Topson, though, he's really got to be careful of that Sunray. That's the only thing that really threatens him right now, is if he stays into the entirety of that percentage-based damage does do some good work. And what a roll-in from Soxa, reading where the Remnant's going, and that's a vacuum follow-up as well with a Ravage. And is that just going to be the wipeout of this game? They do manage to take out the Supernova, and there's still some buybacks left in the tank for Ninjas in Pajamas. They're going to have to blow all of them, though, and they don't have their Echo Slam. They don't have their Supernova. I'm not sure what they have to be able to stop OG from retreating, and I'm not even sure if they can really stop them from just taking their base like this. Roll forward, Saberlight tries to dive away, then he dies inside of the fountain too, couldn't get out fast enough. The silence on Supreme.
Look at the move speed on these two heroes.
Yeah, dude, they're just rolling. Finally, Charlie, he's gonna pop his ultimate. There goes the Echo Slam out from Era. Once again, they're trying to target to mid one, but the heals come out from No Tail. Every single time they try and target somebody else other than No Tail, they are met with a resounding wall of heals and magic immunity that pushes them back. They finally had to go for No Tail now, but then eventually they just run out of damage. The 4-man of OG remains strong, even just outside of your fountain. Pull them back in. Pull out of the fountain. Get back here. We want to have a fight a little bit longer before we finish up this bottom lane.
I'm just speechless. I feel like this is really making me feel like Dark's here is not an okay hero.
GG, man.
Like, they are really using this Dark's here to its fullest potential. This strategy is not okay.
Combination.
Like, the Dark's